Γεια σας! Welcome back! My name is Stalo with another Greek lesson. Today we will focus on a group of verbs. We will also take a look at personal pronouns. Let's get started. This is a phone conversation between a mom and her two kids who are at Grandma and Grandpa's house. As always, at the end of the lesson, you can find a table of the Greek alphabet. Here we go. Πού είστε? Είμαστε εδώ. Παίζετε? Ναι, παίζουμε μπάλα. Και πίνουμε λεμονάδα. Η γιαγιά τι κάνει? Ποτίζει τα λουλούδια. Και ο παππούς πλένει το αυτοκίνητο. Let's break it down. Πού είστε? Where are you? Είμαι to be. Είστε is the plural polite form. You are. Please note that in Greek, we always list a verb by using the first person singular, the I form, of the present tense. For example, είμαι, I am, θέλω, I want, κάνω, I do. But since in English we list a verb by using the infinitive, for example, to be, to play, to walk, from now on, for every verb, I will be using the infinitive to give the meaning in English. Είμαστε εδώ. We are here. It's again the verb είμαι, to be. Παίζετε? Are you playing? Παίζω, to play. We will come back to the conjugation of this verb and similar verbs after the dialogue. Just a reminder that in Greek there is no distinction between simple present tense, for example, I play, and present continuous tense, for example, I am playing. The same form of the verb is used for both, so παίζω can mean either I play or I am playing, depending on the context. Ναι, παίζουμε μπάλα. Yes, we are playing ball. Η μπάλα, ball. You notice that the article «η» is in parentheses because I'm not translating it. The only reason I have it here is to show the gender of the noun. The article in English is always the. So instead of repeating the before every noun, the ball, the lemonade, and so on, I will just be enclosing the Greek article in parentheses. By the way, you must always learn a new noun with its article. The ending of a noun is not always a giveaway of its gender. Therefore, you must know the article in order to know the gender of a noun. Και πίνουμε λεμονάδα. And we are drinking lemonade. Πίνω, to drink. Η λεμονάδα, lemonade. Η γιαγιά τι κάνει? What is grandma doing? Ποτίζει τα λουλούδια. She is watering the flowers. Ποτίζω, to water. Το λουλούδι, flower. Και ο παππούς, and grandpa, πλένει το αυτοκίνητο. He is washing the car. Πλένω, to wash. Το αυτοκίνητο, car. Okay, let's take a look at the verbs that we have today in the dialogue. We have είμαι, to be, παίζω, to play, πίνω, to drink, κάνω, to do, ποτίζω, to water, πλένω, to wash. Except for the verb είμαι, what two things do you notice about these verbs? If you said that all these verbs end in omega, you are absolutely right. What's the second thing? Did you notice that all of them have the accent on the next to last syllable? Παίζω, πίνω, κάνω, ποτίζω, πλένω. If you did, well done. Let's start with the verb είμαι, to be. The verb είμαι is an auxiliary verb, a helping verb. Auxiliary verbs are called auxiliary because they help other verbs form different tenses. In English, we have many auxiliary verbs. For example, to be, to do, to have, shall, can, may. Their function is a little different there because they also help form questions and negatives. In Greek, we have only two auxiliary verbs. Είμαι, to be, and έχω, to have. Let's look at the conjugation of the verb είμαι, to be, in the present tense. The verb είμαι is irregular. And just in case you are not familiar with the expression conjugating a verb, it means listing the different forms and endings that the verb takes in order to express a different person, a different tense, and so on. For now, we are concentrating on the present tense. Here we go. Είμαι, I am. Είσαι, you are. Είναι, he, she, it is. Είμαστε, we are. Είστε, you are. Είναι, they are. And let's look at the conjugation of the other auxiliary verb, έχω, to have. Έχω, I have. Έχεις, you have. Έχει, he, she, it has. Έχουμε, we have. Έχετε, you have. Έχουν, they have. The endings are marked in red. Ο, is, η. Ούμε, έτε, ουν. They are the same for all the verbs that end in omega with the accent on the next to last syllable. Let's conjugate παίζω. Παίζω, I play. Παίζεις, you play. Παίζει, he, she, it plays. Παίζουμε, we play. Παίζετε, you play. Παίζουν, they play. The same way, you can conjugate any of these verbs that you know from previous lessons and from today. As an exercise, choose any verb from this list, conjugate it, and share it in the comments below. One last thing we need to talk about today is the personal pronouns. Let's see first how they are used in English so that we can compare with how they are used in Greek. In English, the personal pronouns in the nominative case, the subject case, are I, you singular, he, she, it, we, you plural, they. So in English, we can have a subject noun before the verb For example, the children play. The children is the subject noun. But if there is no subject noun, we must always use a pronoun before the verb. For example, they play. This is not the case in Greek. You may have noticed that so far we have been using the verbs without any personal pronouns. For example, πλένω, I wash. Πλένεις, you wash. Πλένουμε, we wash. The verb wash is the same in all three cases. So without a pronoun, I, you, we don't know who is washing. While in Greek, the ending o tells us that the subject is I. The ending is tells us that the subject is you. And the ending ume tells us that the subject is we. In other words, in English, the person, the subject, is indicated by the pronoun. While in Greek, the person is indicated by the ending of the verb. These are the Greek personal pronouns in the nominative case, the subject case. Εγώ, I. Εσύ, you. Αυτός, αυτή, αυτό, he, she, it. Εμείς, we. Εσείς, you. Αυτοί, αυτές, αυτά, they. Now let's see them in action, so to speak, with a verb. Εγώ παίζω. I play. Εσύ παίζεις. You play. Αυτός παίζει. He plays. Αυτός, αυτή, αυτό. He, she, it. I'm using only the masculine here because of space. Εμείς παίζουμε. We play. Εσείς παίζετε. You play. Αυτοί παίζουν. They play. Αυτοί, αυτές, αυτά. They. Again, I'm using just the masculine form because of space. The only case we would use a personal pronoun before a verb would be for emphasis. For example, εσύ θέλεις κοτόπουλο, αλλά εγώ θέλω παγωτό. You want chicken, but I want ice cream. Let's summarize what we learned today. First, we learned about the two auxiliary verbs, είμαι, to be, and έχω, to have, and how to conjugate them. Then we learned how to conjugate all the verbs that end in omega and have the accent on the next to last syllable. And finally, we learned the personal pronouns in the nominative case, the subject case. We covered quite a few things today. You may need to go over them several times to make sure you understand everything. And of course, don't hesitate to ask any questions in the comments below. Okay, let's hear the conversation one more time. Practice by repeating after me. Πού είστε? Είμαστε εδώ. Παίζετε? Ναι, παίζουμε μπάλα. Και πίνουμε λεμονάδα. Η γιαγιά τι κάνει? Ποτίζει τα λουλούδια. Και ο παππούς πλένει το αυτοκίνητο. And as promised, here is the Greek alphabet. That's all for today. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any comments on today's lesson, I will be more than happy to read them in the comments below and answer any questions you may have. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click thumbs up. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Ευχαριστώ. Γεια σας.